Hey y'all, I've been up since 2:51. It is 4:55. I want to say for the past month, I just been going through some heavy stuff, man. I was visiting my mom yesterday, and she was just laying in the bed, and my nephew, my mom watches my nephew. My nephew 2 years old. My nephew was like from the moment, y'all know how kids are. Kids are lit. So from the moment my nephew walks in, my nephew just be turned up. So he walked in the house and he like turned up. My mom's like laying in the bed, and my nephew starts pulling her bonnet, and my mom's not like really moving or saying anything. And so I pick up my nephew and I'm like, leave mama alone, and I tell him to go in there with my little brother. I have a younger brother that's 19, change your life, baby. I went off to college, and I guess my mom got bored because my I was 19, my brother was 16, and so I guess she got bored, and why the hell not? So I sent my nephew in the room with my baby brother, my change of life baby brother. And so then I'm standing over my mom and I'm like, Mommy, are you all right? And she just like looks out of it. And I ask her, like, are you experiencing depression? And so she says, yeah. But the thing is, in my family, we joke around a lot. So I wasn't sure if my mom was being sarcastic and kind of just wanted me to get away from her. And not even the fact that my family, we just joke a lot, but the fact that ever since I was a kid, I've always been like in tune with feelings, and that people, as a little girl, people noticed that about me, that I made them feel stuff, so they didn't really like that too much. My mom being one of them, especially because she's my mom. I was with her all the time, and so I wasn't sure. I said all that to say I wasn't sure if she was being sarcastic because she was just like, girl, not today. Get your empathic Philly feels ass away from me. But she was serious. She was like, no, I'm experiencing some, depression. And I was like to her, I was like, Mom, I was like, did you talk to your therapist? My mom is a therapist. I asked, did you talk to your therapist? She was like, yeah. And she just told me to work through it. And okay. So then I said to my mom, I was like, Mommy, have you journaled or anything? And she was like, I'm not journaling. And I was like, Mom, I think it would really help if you, just journaled and, got some of that gunk off of you, because you're just going to go through the same cycle over and over when it comes to certain things. Um, so I'm like, if you journal, Mom, it'll help. You get that gunk off of you. You got to release it. You got to let it out. Then I just kind of was like, okay, well, I'll leave you alone now. And just like walked off, because I have been watching my mom deal with this for a very long time. Like, since I was a little girl. And one of the things that I had to learn how to do is mind my business. Like, it's not my business. It's not my business. It's not my business to take care of grown-ups. It's not my business to take care of my parents. I have spent my entire life, this is no exaggeration, like this is no exaggeration, and I know a lot of y'all can attest to this and understand this, because a lot of us spend our lives taking care of our parents' emotional well-being, and then you're trying to take care of yourself, and then you probably got siblings to take care of. That's a lot. Then you still trying to be a kid. That's a lot. That's a lot. Like, both of my parents are working through some things right now, and I am so serious about my boundaries. Like, I'm so serious about my boundaries. And I'm pretty sure that's a part of the reason why for the past month I've just been getting up, because been having to sit with some shit. For like the last like 4 years, I have been like having to cut a lot of cords. And a part of me, because I didn't like, it was uncomfortable because I didn't know that version of myself. Like, I spent most of my life just people pleasing and taking care of everybody in my family. And because of that, like, taking care of people in my family who did not respect me, taking care of people in my family who I'm the black sheep, taking care of people in my family when I know that I was sitting here to end generational patterns. So y'all know what comes with that. You're usually the one that's picked on the most. You're usually the one that's isolated. So now y'all doing all that shit to me, and I'm still showing up for y'all, right? And then that's how I ended up in the friendships that I was in. So going through this part of my spiritual awakening, now I gotta cut cords from those friends, right? But now I'm grieving the fact because it was like, why was you friends with them in the first place? And then I gotta process why I was friends with them in the first place because of the fucking the foundation. Like my foundational is my family, the people that I was around. Like that's how they treated me. So I was seeking those same things in friends. So I am like working through all of that shit right now. New wife. We're on year 3. I am just finally coming into myself as a woman who desires to only intimately be with women. I have a son. I spent like my entire life being everything to everybody, and it made me so resentful. Like I was that friend that I was such a protector. I struggle with boundaries for myself, but for everybody else, I would show up like above and beyond for my friends and for my family. That made me bitter and resentful. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I was still living my life and still thriving, and I got to go off to college and make a career for myself. But like that, but that's out of body shit. Like that inner work. I felt like I ain't never really have time to do that because I always had to worry about everybody else. Now, what I will say is when I was a little girl, up until my teenage years, I did spend a lot of time in my room because I was always on punishment because my mama ain't know how to deal with nothing that had to do with me. And this is not a tear my parents down thing. Like, it's not. I'm just walking y'all through my journey. So spending so much time in my room, like that was the solitude that I had, but it wasn't enough because all that I was doing inside that room, I wanted to go do it out in the world. I wanted to teach dance. I wanted to be a DJ. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a model. I wanted to design nails. Like I wanted to do all of that stuff, but I spent most of my life taking care of the people around me. And now I am in this season of I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. My friend just graduated. She's my sister. She just graduated, and because she changed the time of her graduation party, I couldn't go. I had to coach myself through that because I felt this deep sense of guilt. Like, but that's your friend, and it's ride or die, and it's like, but you can't go. And that's okay. That those are boundaries that you had to set with yourself, that you can't always go to everything. You can't always be at everything. You can't. You cannot. It really made me bitter to watch people around me thrive and flourish. And now I am in my season of flow. And I wanna be over here. I wanna be in that. It's not that I don't wanna be around people and spend time with my friends and my family, but I wanna focus on me because I spent so much time taking care of everybody else. You know what? I do want to be selfish. I want to be selfish and take care of myself.